All right. Hello. Welcome to a little later in the match. It's the it's like turn six of the first game, but this is a match for H20 between Echiqueur and hamburguinho. I'm joined in commentary today by Halo Andy 007.
Hello.
Hello. So sorry, got here a little bit late, um, but
Or they got here a little early. Either way.
yeah, yeah. I'll call it that. But yes. So what is going on in this board? Um,
Yes. So we'll try to go through quickly to catch up.
right.
Yeah. So no actions. Sorry, no plus actions. So you're only playing one terminal. Um, Board's a little bit ugly with Cardinal and Swamp Hag, but there's Guardian to offset that. Horn of Plenty would be kind of difficult to get a Mega turn off because of everything going on with no plus draw and no villages. Um,
There
so
is at
yeah, I
least
think
very good trashing though, because church is very nice.
yeah,
So
Church is good trashing. Falconer could be good just because there's so many um, multi types going on. I guess Caravan is plus draw. It's just delayed, so you might be able to get something going on with Hawk there. But jumping back to the opening, I mean, I think like due to the difficulty in draw, I think you would want to get thin really quick. So I think Double Church looks like a reasonable open here.
yeah, I would want to open double church, just get as thin as possible, because thinning is draw as well.
Yeah,
So
I mean both players open Church Caravan. That's not bad. I just think Double Church would have been a bit faster.
yeah,
Kind of an odd board though. I mean, eventually you probably want either the plus buy from Candlestick Maker or Hop to start adding multiple cards into your deck. Again, Border Guard can kind of sift through in case you don't get fully thin. But yeah, Church just looks pretty good here. I mean, usually Church is really nice when there's a 5 cost you really want. And I guess Falconer would probably do that in this case because a lot of times he'll be able to trigger non-terminally.
yeah,
And then if you're concerned about attacks from your opponent, Guardians look relatively easy to pick up if necessary if your opponent starts going for Cardinal or Swamp Hag. I don't think Cardinal and Swamp Hag are very good on this board, but you could get a pair of Guardians if necessary to defend against that.
yeah. So I agree with skipping Swamp Hag and saving for a unique, but because I was thinking maybe Cardinal could be annoying just because it's going to be hard to get through your deck to be able to play a Guardian each turn consistently, just so that you
I
can
think
have
if you
like
thin
rotating.
down enough with Church, it's not too bad. But if we were trying to get some sort of hop turn going, our uniques could be like Church, Caravan, Border Guard, Candlestick, all the cheap cards down there. So those 5 plus Hop makes 6, and then so it looks pretty reasonable to get 8 uniques in play here.
Yeah, yeah. But I just mean like at least as an attack, I think Cardinal would be much more annoying than Swamp Hag here.
Yeah, I mean I think they're just both kind of offset by the fact that there's Guardian, and
Yeah, yeah,
Guardians. It's not going to be that hard if you thin down. The fact that each player only has one Church, I think, is really slowing these decks down. I think Double Church just get thin as quickly as possible because there's no good way to draw a lot here.
yeah,
At best, if you had all the caravans, you could get up to a 10 card hand, alternating each turn.
woo.
But that would be like at best.
Yeah,
So in reality, probably at best you would get like 6 of the caravans. So you might be able to get up to an 8 card hand, and then Church can kind of set things aside as you go. But I think building up to some hops, you're not gonna get like a ton of hops, but one
yeah.
journeyman could make sense if you sift enough with border guards to make sure that you don't have any actions down there, and then play the journeyman. Journeyman could make sense as your one terminal.
Yeah, I like that as well. I like don't really know how to play with it properly, just because
With what journeyman?
yeah, just because it like it's so much deck tracking required. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean
name
you
copper's
have
a
to
good
track your deck, but usually just naming copper estate's fine.
yeah,
you should probably have a lot of them trashed by this point with the double church opening. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem that difficult here.
But with the border guard as well, though, too, like you can, it's much easier to keep track of what is going into your discard as well, so you can worry less about triggering shuffles.
Yeah, you might not be able to take like 8 provinces, but you could probably build up to a turn that easily grabs like 4 provinces in the duchy. That seems like not that hard to get like 5 hops. It seems like it could have been an option here. So Echiqueur is definitely going for the hops. They did grab a province a turn ago, so that's kind of in contrast with getting a bunch of hops, but Echiqueur seems to be going more in that direction.
Yeah, you gotta commit to these kind of mega turns.
Yeah, if you are going hops, like the greens are really slowing you down. It's not slowing you down as much here because of the churches, but like you kind of need 2 churches to prevent green cards from slowing you down.
Yeah, and definitely more border guards too. Like some Horn of Plenty games should just go work on getting you like 2 or 3 border guards.
Yeah, I mean these decks are just too thick is the problem. Like they can't see what they need to see. They both need 2 churches. And without that, like they're just never going to get thin enough to find the cards they need.
Yeah.
Even with some border guards, like Echiqueur, I think, has like 13 cards down there. You know, both players just have a lot of cards. Let's see what's in the trash. The trash is only 1 copper has been trashed so far.
What?
It's just not enough trashing.
Yeah,
that's really need the double church to get thin here. You know, border guard can do some work to sift through, but like border guard can't do enough work if you still have all your starting coppers.
Yeah, that's I mean, keeping 1 copper is fine, but
yeah, I mean you might not trash all of them.
but
all right,
only 1 being trashed is not good.
Yeah, the trashing thinning lab comparison. All right, so hamburguinho takes the penultimate province, sort of daring Echiqueur, and it doesn't look like Echiqueur can get it here, so Echiqueur has to double duchy, and we'll see if hamburguinho can get it. Looks like it's going to miss.
Yeah.
So whichever one of these players can get that province is going to win this game. But yeah, I think just definitely we want to see. Yeah, hamburguinho. Aglid, you said they're South American?
Yeah.
Okay. Not enough for Echiqueur. Echiqueur is going to have a good hand going in the next turn, but hamburguinho has got a Swamp Tag coming into place. They are going to have some payload coming in.
And duchy is okay. Interesting. Buying a duchy as well. I guess it's probably right at this point.
You just green as much as possible because if your opponent gets the province, you're just lost anyways.
Yeah.
Which is like $1 short here.
Yep.
Wow. Alright, so Echiqueur is going to have 3 caravan. He's coming into play next turn, so
yeah, definitely want to save the copper.
Just both players greened way too early and didn't build enough on this board. The decks are just really stalling out. Yeah, I think as hamburguinho, you save all the coffers, save the copper under the church, because if Echiqueur gets the province next turn, you just lose anyways. So getting duchies doesn't really matter here. Like you just need to save everything for next turn and try to get it that way. Because Echiqueur is going to miss here too. So both players are in the situation where like you're going to miss. So you should just like save all these coppers under the church because like your only way of winning is your opponent not buying the province on their turn.
Yes.
No. Save the coppers. Buying an estate is not going to help you here. Or buying, yeah. Would have saved as much payload as possible. let's see, what's this caravan going to draw?
Very
Yeah,
low
both players
likelihood of
just
enough to hit 6
need
or
to
8.
maximize their chance of getting the province on their turn.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you like just have not bought anything there? Like you
Like
can't
buying
save
a
anything
duchy
for the
doesn't
next
help
turn,
you.
but yeah.
I mean, Echiqueur is going to get it.
Oh,
here,
yeah, and there we go.
But like your only way to win this game is like for you to buy the province on your turn, not like Duchy Dancing.
Right, yeah.
Doesn't do anything when your opponent buying a province. Just Duchy Dancing is usually more of a thing like when there's 2 provinces left. But once you're down to 1 province, just like all your resources are going into getting that province and ending the game on your turn.
Yeah.
So interesting game. Not enough thinning in our opinion. Not enough building.
Yeah, certainly not enough thinning.
Yeah.
2 coppers trashed by the end of the game. 5 estates. So yeah, double church would have been much better.
Yeah.
On the antepenultimate turn. I think the antepenultimate turn. All right. So here, let's see. We've got village is mountain village. There's a draw in rabble, catacombs, wharf. So all really strong draw. Imps as well. Vampire, altar are really good gainers. Charm as well. Workshop maybe a little less useful here. But this is probably just going to end up turning into a rebuild game, which will be interesting.
Unfortunately, I think at this level it might turn into a rebuild game, but the board looks like way powerful.
Yeah.
Not go rebuild. Like with colonies on board, you only need like 2 colonies to get ahead of the rebuild player. So like, I would definitely be doing everything in my power to spike 5 here. That's so many good 5s.
Yeah.
So I think like double. I'm not sure on inheritance yet. Like we'll figure that out. Like when you get there, but like I definitely want to spike 5 to get either a vampire or a wharf. I'm not quite sure at this point which.
Yeah.
Which one?
Kind of want to start off wharf, then get a vampire.
Yeah, I think like if you open double silver to go 5 for the wharf, you might be able to spike 7 to inherit Mountain Village. That's probably looking a little better than vampire.
Yeah, I mean the other option is workshop. So I mean,
what do you mean?
Oh well, if you want to inherit over a vampire, but yeah, I guess.
How is workshop helping you inherit?
Oh no! I'm just saying like that's your other inheritance option.
Oh yeah, but that's a bad option.
Yeah, it is a bad option.
The only 4s that I want are mountain villages and estates once they are mountain villages.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think inheriting mountain village is like the obvious one here, but so both players, hamburguinho goes workshop mountain village, which I dislike. Echiqueur going silver mountain village. Both players opening mountain village, which is not the worst village to open. Like if you see it turn 4, you might be able to pick up what you bought on turn 3, but like that's pretty edge case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would have not done that with getting a mountain village to open. Yeah, but playing it as mule is just not helping you spike 5 is the main issue. Like I really want to get vampires and dwarves. You can, but like I'd rather have a silver to get there. So hamburguinho is going rebuild. Just yeah, I think you just want to get to 7, inherit mountain villages, buy wharfs, and then like you just have a huge mountain village wharf deck, and like we'll figure out the rest from there.
Yeah.
Eventually, you get an altar to get rid of the coppers and turn them into other 5s. So you're just gonna have like a bunch of mountain villages, a bunch of wharves, altar or 2, and then you just like build up to a huge deck that can like easily double colony.
Yeah.
And then you get ahead of the rebuild player. I'm pretty sure first 5 is wharf here. With the discussion about inheritance, I think if you can get to inheriting on like turn 5 or 6, that sounds pretty nice.
Yeah. Definitely don't do rabble here though. Like do not go for rabble. That will only help Emberglino.
Rabble's not gonna hurt the rebuild player very
And it'll
Um,
probably actively help.
yeah. So Echiqueur did get the vampire and did trash the estate. So it doesn't look like either player's really going for inheritance. And considering the mountain villages are almost empty, like you're not really going to have a good target to inherit pretty soon,
Yeah.
anyways. So it looks like inheritance is going to be skipped, which we didn't agree with. I think inheriting mountain villages looks really nice here, and especially once you have all the wards, you can just easily pick up estates. So
Yeah.
like
And
villages that give you a point,
you're
which
just
is
gonna be.
pretty nice.
Oh, he's Eshikiru's got the chance to inherit the mountain village right here.
Oh, definitely do it.
Which
I know
yeah.
Echiqueur is trashed down a little bit, but trashing some estates isn't the end of the world. No, wait,
Oh
whoa, whoa,
no,
whoa,
that's
whoa,
the
no!
last card you
Inherit that
want.
last mountain village. Come on, do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so the thing there is like Eshikir looks like they're building, which is a great thing. Like this is a really really strong board, and I don't want to just go rebuild here. Um, but I like you are so going to be so limited because you only have 5 of the mountain villages.
Yeah, if
Maybe.
you had inherited estates, you just have as many villages as you want. Well, maybe not as many, but a lot of villages. Yeah, I mean, I had a mountain village inheritance game, and I kind of like over went into it, so it was a little under terminal. Like that's one of the cases where you kind of got to worry about it, where like you just get so many villages, but that's not going to be the case here. There's just like so many good terminals. I mean,
Yeah.
you can play wharves. You know, if the wharves run, you can play catacombs. Like you just build a monster deck here.
Yeah. Yeah, gain and play
Charms.
with
I mean,
altars.
Charm has some play that could happen here. I'm not quite sure on Charm yet, but I guess like if you're playing an altar to trash a copper and you want some payload, like you would take Charm over silver. But yeah, definitely want more wars. Um,
And charm here would be easier too to like be building just because faster like you can gain fives together so you can like get yourself a wharf and a vampire at the same
yeah,
time for your
yeah,
vampire to get you more wards and then kill the bats if you have too many.
yeah. The more I'm looking at it, vampire might even be skippable here, just because like once you get wars and an altar, like you're gonna get rid of your 7 coppers like via the altar. So
Oh yeah, true.
um,
And I guess
so
more
like
controllable
vampire
way.
might not be that useful. I'm not really certain on it. And then like once you have a bunch of plus buys and you're drawing deck and you've gotten rid of 7 coppers, you could like buy a copper and alter it the next turn, things like that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And yeah, actually, like, yeah, you want to have altar food too. So
Yeah, yeah. So one vampire. Either way, like vampire and altar are kind of fitting a similar role here. Um,
yeah, but also yeah, going rabble just no. The
yeah, Rebel's
catacombs is
like the
strictly
worst
better.
draw here. Catacombs and Wharf are so much better
Yeah,
than Rabble here.
even if you want the
Um,
+3 cards, catacombs is just better because you can choose which of the next 6 cards you get.
yeah,
Sort of. You have some
yeah,
choice, but
yeah. You have some choice. Um, so yeah, so Hamburguinho's gone rebuild, but like even if you were gonna play the rebuild here, which I think is the wrong play, like you really need to focus on the rebuild. Like there's a lot of cards in here that have been bought that haven't been rebuilds and duchies. So and like if you were gonna play rebuild even, like I think you might go for vampires your first 5 to like try to get the coppers out of the way and just get your deck down to like rebuild and green cards. Like again, not advocating rebuild is the right play here, but if I were going to do it, I'd still want to thin down some probably with a vampire at
yeah,
first.
yeah. And when I was playing Amberguino, actually, the we had a rebuild game for our first one, and it was a little rough there because my deck was basically just rebuilds and green cards, so it was really really struggling at the end. But that was a deck I think rebuild was better on, and it was rebuild versus rebuild rather than rebuild versus building.
Yeah,
So
I mean here just if
building
you
should
were
should
playing
be better, but
rebuild should be like pretty close to ending the game by now. So I think hamburguinho got a lot of cards that weren't really necessary for playing Rebuild if that was the game you were going to play. And again, for Echiqueur, I think this build would have been going a lot faster if Echiqueur had inherited Mountain Village and put a lot more emphasis on getting more wards. Like the engine deck, the more engine deck should be easily drawing itself at this point with like 6 wards alternating every other turn.
Yeah. And and ending the game with only about 24 points doesn't really matter if the engine player hasn't started greening yet. So.
Yeah. And again, the Rebuild player going all the way into colonies looks incorrect. Like, you don't need to go all the way into colonies.
Yeah, especially if you're buying estates too, or gaining, because that's just stuff getting in the way of getting duchies or provinces.
Estates could be gained on this board, but mainly once you've inherited Mountain Village.
Yeah, I've never seen Rebuild on a colony board, but I think I don't necessarily agree with it unless you're just rushing the provinces.
Like, if the board was generally weak, then the colonies wouldn't really matter either way.
Like,
you could just going to 11. I mean, usually you don't want to buy estates in Rebuild. I mean, I guess situationally, like, there's like a few cases where, like, if you're mirroring rebuilds, like the 1 extra VP from an estate might matter, even if, like, it's never going to get up to province. Like, if the board's weak, you could go Rebuild on a colony board, but like you're just kind of ignoring colonies in general. Like, if the deck's hard to get to 11, then it doesn't really matter. Like, you're just not going to play colony anyways. And Sean, like, I probably wouldn't be playing Rebuild on a shelters board unless like all the other options were just completely awful. So Echiqueur's building way more, and hamburguinho's not pushing the game to an end very quickly. So if Echiqueur can build up a bit more, whoa, why are we muling wards?
Yeah, that was.
Wards for real.
Yeah, that was something they did earlier too to play a rabble, because they had Wharf and Rabble together. So there is.
Sorry.
Yeah, there is more reason here, but also could have been one less rabble.
Yeah, the fact that these rabbles are here is just like.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't catch that we were out of villages, but we should have inherited Mountain Village.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't have this problem. We would be like way under terminal. In that case. So yeah, Echiqueur needs Wharves, not Rabbles. Wharf is getting you more draw than Rabble. It's over 2 turns, but it's more draw.
Yeah.
It's netting you +3 cards across 2 turns per play.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is just like really nice because then hamburguinho can say, "Oh, thank you very much for finding me a duchy to rebuild. Thank you for that. That's very kind of you."
Yeah. You don't get to order it, do you? Or
you do get to order.
Oh.
Rabble. So you could put the colony on top.
Yeah.
Put the duchy after it, and then name colony and skip over that and turn the duchy into a province. But Echiqueur's getting some colonies here. So if Echiqueur can keep getting some consistent colonies, then this game's gonna be over pretty well. Echiqueur doesn't have a wharf coming into play. That really hurts.
The imps are. I think there's also a bit many imps.
Just because Echiqueur has not trashed all these coppers. It's turn 18 by now. Echiqueur. These coppers should be long gone with the vampires and the altars.
Yeah.
And then it looked like hamburguinho milled a colony, which doesn't seem that great. Like, I don't think milling colonies is ending the game that quickly, to be honest.
No, it's not. Because you only have 2 provinces in your deck, So it's not like it's going to be able to get you much.
Yeah, so I mean, hamburguinho is still in the lead. Still in a pretty good lead here, but just not is not pushing the game to an end. Like, rebuild's not about maximizing points. Rebuild is about just milling provinces until the game ends.
Speed.
So if we were going to be muling these wharves, the first in play should have muled the wharf and then mule a wharf and then play, right? There was multiple wharves in that starting hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There should have been some mule wharves there. Now that I've seen that this deck is having issues with terminal space. So yeah, hamburguinho getting estates, I think, is not really helping things here.
Yeah. Well, we're almost at piles anyway. So.
I mean, we're pretty close.
Yeah, the game is almost over now, so Echiqueur's on a very, very limited clock.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right, can Echiqueur take the lead here? Or even pile? What's up?
Yeah, this is a win. Colony and two duchies.
So let's see.
Or two duchies, two estates.
A win. All right. Engine took a little while, but Engine came back.
Yes. Engine should not have had Rabbles, but that is okay.
Yeah, so the rebuild just didn't aim to end the game quickly enough. Like, milling colonies was not ending the game fast enough if you were going to play rebuild there. Yes, building is better than rebuilding.
Yes.
That's probably a more meta.
It comes
meta
first
discussion.
In the dictionary, too.
All right, so I believe that's 2-0 Echiqueur.
Yes. All right. So here, quite limited on actions, just because there are no villages here, so that's awesome.
Again,
a lot of really good draw, but not able to really be supported very well because of the lack of villages. So yeah.
Board's way uglier than the first.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got a patrol and wayfarer are both good draw. You've got treasure troves to help some money strats. Expand is, well, it's going to be difficult to find a good use for expand, even as strong a trasher as it is. So maybe like you would probably want at least one just in case.
Expand could be useful even if you're only milling towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
I'm still debating between patrol and expand is the terminal I want to play here.
I mean, I kind of want to just play wayfarer money. Like get a spice merchant to start.
One or two spice merchants and get some treasure troves, and then get an expand as my terminal. I think that's probably what I want to do.
Yeah, because you can expand the golds that you get from the treasure troves, and then eventually the treasure trove itself.
Out of the deck too, like these estates are going to be really annoying. So being able to expand the estates out will be nice, or even expanding them all the way up the line.
Yeah. Oh, I did just realize there are shelters, so there is at least one village.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, there's one village.
Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. But yeah, no. Okay. So I was thinking like I was thinking of a few spice merchants to like thin down, and then.
Well, that gives you the option of like playing Necropolis and Patrol, and expand.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But yeah, I was thinking expand your spice merchant into wayfarer, and then eventually like patrol or wayfarer into province. Because I don't know, like wayfarer money seems attractive.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't notice there were shelters because I was looking at Echiqueur's. Or no, I was looking at one of the starting hands I thought had $5 in it. Right, Echiqueur opened with a 5-2. Yeah.
That's true. There is silos that we didn't talk about. That like you can be cycling through your deck with the coppers you already have, and that are not easy to get rid of.
I could have maybe seen opening treasure trove. I'm not quite sure. Like maybe opening treasure trove patrician
I guess, yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's
I
a
don't know. This
possibility.
deck's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. But yeah, you definitely getting a spice merchant on the open to get rid of some of these coppers.
Oh, that's right too. So yeah, with treasure trove, coppers gained second, so you can also just get wayfarers on the cheap.
Yeah, but again, just the no villages makes
Yeah.
the deck really hard to figure out
Yeah.
where to go with
And
it.
buy is also super awkward too, just because the only buy is on Spice Merchant and well and Bard, but either way, then it's non-terminal, so you have to play
Yeah,
that as the um,
yeah,
as
it's
the
just tough
one.
because like these cantrips are pretty sad with only terminal draw. Well, I guess technically Vagrant and Patrician might not be terminal. Might be.
Yeah, I
Netting
mean,
you a +1 card, but pretty difficult.
yeah, yeah. This is just kind of a sad board. um, Trove expand golden deck.
How is that? Well, how is that a golden deck? Yeah, provinces. I think it stops being a golden deck. You need like a bounty hunter in there too.
Expand.
I would not be getting a bard on this board.
Yeah.
One of my two terminals, that's for sure. Yeah, I think an expand in either a wayfarer or a patrol.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that could be a good route too. Like have a bunch of spice merchants and a bunch of treasure troves that you're constantly feeding coppers. Probably also want silos with that to just make them collide as much as possible. Expand as your terminal. Expand the gold that you get.
You could have harems and play patrol to draw them. This is true.
But yeah. I'm sorry, Shanahan. I'm not a fan of like limited like boards like these. I mean, I guess like there is really good sifting anyway with the silos and spice merchant. But
yeah, there are interesting decisions. I think Echiqueur's decision is how to add payload to this deck. That's what this deck's missing right now. Echiqueur, I think, really needs to add a treasure trove.
Yeah.
Because Echiqueur's actually getting pretty thin. So I think Echiqueur can like add a trove and then add an expand and then start working from there.
All right, good. Hamburguinho's got an expand. I was hoping that wouldn't be a province already, and that's good. Because can definitely do some more building.
Like I guess if you had like enough of a money-ish deck, like you could start greening pretty early here. Like if you had like 2 treasure troves in it, like you're not really that concerned about your money density.
Yeah.
If you were just going to go a money strategy and skip expand, like if you were going to go like wayfarers or patrols for your draw and just not worry about expand, that could be an option. Like 1 or 2 treasure troves, playing with some patrols or wayfarers, it could be an option. All right, we got a harem.
Yeah, I think long-term patrol sounds like it would be better than wayfarer, just because you can also like get the provinces out of the way. Although I'm not sure how that would compare to be able to draw victory cards out of the way or to be adding silvers to your deck. I think probably.
Yeah, Harem doesn't honestly look that bad here. Like especially if you got some patrol. So Echiqueur built and put a lot of effort in getting these patricians, which looked like it was just kind of a waste of time, to be honest. Like it took a lot of effort to get those patricians, and they're just doing nothing. They're just spinning the deck and not finding cards to draw.
Yeah. Does Echiqueur even have any?
You don't have any 5-cost cards in your hand. They're not doing anything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You got a treasure trove here. You need to start getting some payload in this deck.
There we go.
All right.
Got a treasure trove, yeah.
Guardian is not an action. Guardian is also weird to play on a board without any attacks, though. But it is kind of like a copper that plays both turns.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, it also can't be discarded with silos, though, so it's taking up a spot as a non like as a stop card. So
yeah. But Sean, how many times did you play that Guardian? That's the real question. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you buy a Guardian on the penultimate turn, then that's
You get its full value.
Alright, so Echiqueur is adding some payload into the deck.
Oh, wow, that was an incredibly lucky bard there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I mean,
what?
yeah, I think it's a bit early.
Why
Like,
didn't hamburguinho keep playing there?
I don't know. I guess it was because they had 2 golds in hand.
No, I would just trash the silver to the.
No, it was
to the spice merchant. I thought it was like silver gold or something.
No, Necro, 2 golds, bard, and spice merchant.
Oh, okay, maybe I misread. So yeah, I mean hamburguinho's more money-ish deck looks like it's greening quickly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean neither player's gone for a draw card except for Patrician, so expand the Overgrown Estate or expand the Harem here. Not quite. All right.
Yeah. Good attempt.
Still getting the Overgrown Estate out of the way. I would grab a Spice Merchant for that Overgrown Estate. Like, you're about to go into the shuffle. You can get rid of all these coppers or silvers.
Yeah.
Like, if this Bard were a Spice Merchant, it would look a lot better right now. I mean, you can still get a Providence. But...
Yeah, and it is at least, well, Wind's Hex might come, so you never know. Yeah, Bard is actually probably like the last terminal I would want to be playing with in this kingdom.
Yeah. I mean, Echiqueur just sort of built, but there's not really like when you're building, you got to think about like what's the end goal of this building. Whereas Echiqueur just added a lot of cantrips that aren't getting to the deck going any faster than a money deck.
Yeah.
It's like hamburguinho just started adding payload and just played pretty straight money. And that seems like it's going to be just fast enough here.
Yeah.
Because Echiqueur, there's just not enough points available to close this gap very well.
Stinks when it happens, but it's a little hard. Yeah. Money is still valid at times.
Like, if there were villages on this board, I think this would be very interesting because you could, like, get your plus buy from, like, spice merchanting, treasure trove coppers, and stuff like that. It would be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
A village supply pile.
All right. And the resign.
Calling it there.
Soft resign.
So yeah, I think just the engine Echiqueur was building was just a bit too slow to compete with a money-ish deck there.
Yeah. No, it was just too much work getting cantrips, and if he'd added a treasure trove like 3 or 4 turns earlier, then could actually like be doing stuff. I do also like the expand though that hamburguinho got. Not a fan of the Bard. I think that was a mistake, but the expand was helpful. All right, so for this one, we do have villages, and we have draw. Do we have buy? No. Well, Bard. Got research is also draw. So research, hunting grounds. Research is delayed draw. Hunting grounds is just normal. Sentry is a very, very, very good trasher. Fishing village for village. You got armory and smugglers for gainers, which is good if you want to set up a triumph turn.
Triumph looks really hard here without the plus buy.
Yeah.
Like, usually you want a lot of plus buys. You can, like, just slam down, like, 3 triumphs with a bunch of other stuff. So Triumph doesn't look that great here.
Yeah. Maybe you could get, like, 3 points, but, yeah, it's just, yeah, smugglers and armory are both decent gainers.
Yeah, I think researching hunting grounds could
Ooh, yeah. Get a bunch of estates and also run down the estate
those
pile.
triumph points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd rather not research here. Like, I'd probably open, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see Bard here because, like, Fishing Village is a great village.
Yeah.
So I might open, like, Bard Fishing Village, try to spike Sentry, something like that. Smuggler is much greater than Bard. I mean, I want to get a Sentry, though, but...
Well, smugglers can get you sentries. So...
Yeah, that's true. So, I guess it depends on your position. So they were both able to buy a Sentry anyways, but yeah, I mean, my...
And how big were your triumphs, though? It's just kind of hard without gains.
Yeah, so I mean, you have to play with hunting grounds to be the draw. I guess with Fishing Village and hunting grounds, the legionary attack might not be that great. Just because, like, it's going to take some time to set up the legionary, and you know, getting the legionary and getting the gold, and all your opponent needs is like a Fishing Village and a hunting grounds to, like, start the turn off. So maybe it's not really that useful.
Yeah. It doesn't seem the.
But yeah, getting a smugglers on this board seems pretty useful, though.
Yeah. I kind of want to
maybe an armory. Like, I kind of want a lot of Fishing Villages. Like, Fishing Village works pretty well with hunting grounds.
Yeah. So if you can get, like, 2 or 3 fishing villages going each turn, then.
Wait, there was an estate that didn't get trashed? What? Oh yeah, the secret passage could set it up.
Oh yeah.
All right, so it looks like we are going for the legionary attack. Both players have a legionary.
Yeah, I mean, I think a better way to hit province consistently would be just fishing villages, hunting grounds, and maybe a gold and silver, depending on how many fishing villages you have. But that,
like, I don't mind the legionary attack. Like, it's a good attack. Like,
yeah.
Not overpowering here, but it's still a good attack. Like,
yeah, I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, faster deck to set up, but
yeah,
and like
these secret
pretty.
passages need to be used to, like, all right, put an estate like 2 from the top and trash it. Yeah, don't top that estate. Put it like 1 or 2 from the top. All right, there we go. Trash.
All right.
Trash. Get rid of them. All right, these decks should be thin. Like, I want like 2 centuries probably, and I want a really thin deck. Like, these decks are not trashed enough. There's still 5 estates in play. That is, like, absurd for a century board on turn 9.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there are only 3 centuries that have been gained, and century's a good card otherwise.
Probably at least 4 centuries again.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like,
and I mean, secret passage with century kind of, like, solves the mid-game problem of century, where, like, oh no, my deck's getting good, so I can't trash this stuff because I can't find it. Like, secret passage can solve that for you.
Yeah.
Research Smuggler's Armory could be draw. It's just kind of awkward. Like, researching a 4-cost card gained from a workshop, I think I did the math on this, and it's not great. Because, like, the research is a stop card, the armory is a stop card, and then the other card is a stop card. So, like, I think it only actually nets 1 draw. It's, like, pretty bad.
Yeah. So Hamburguinho is a...
But, like, if you were smuggling, like, a gold from your opponent back and forth, then that would be more reasonable.
Yeah. San Berguino started provincing already. I think that's a
That
bit
seems
premature.
a little early. Like, I probably want a hunting grounds in my deck before I start doing that. Fortunately, it's a sad smuggler.
Yeah.
Didn't get anything.
Echiqueur's got the only one so far. And I think...
Yeah, I would have goaded the copper with the smugglers if you knew your opponent only got a province. But I guess technically that is an info gain if you play the smugglers.
Yeah.
And then realize that your opponent didn't do anything. I mean, I'd still grant it, but like...
Yeah. I that province I think should have been a hunting grounds.
Yeah, I guess it's not info game. Yeah, I think like both of these players probably want like 2 hunting grounds.
At least,
like 2 hunting grounds, some fishing villages, legionary gold, and then like you're not guaranteed to province every turn, but like you're pretty well set.
Yeah, and they are pretty clean. Wait, there's a sentry in the trash. What? Why did someone trash a sentry?
Did they trash do our research?
There are no researches gained.
Like that's the only way I could see that making sense. It's like research a sentry. When did this get trash?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to find it in the log.
You're on a computer. Control F trashes a sentry.
Yeah, and it's telling
I'm on
me
an iPad, so I can't.
it's telling me that that's not there. For some reason.
Turn 9.
Trashes
Yeah, looks like hamburguinho who did trash it. Maybe that was a mistake. I certainly hope that was just a misclick. And
Yeah.
didn't realize it. Like you're just like clicking through really quick and you trashed it. But like, I don't know. I feel like that's something I would have realized very quickly. Yeah, I see it. Hamburguinho is turn 9. Wow. Yeah, that looks like not great. Even once you've been down, Sentry can still sort of sift.
Yeah, because you can, like, if you've got 2 provinces coming up, then you can
be
like,
provinces. Let's get them out of the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, not enough hunting grounds for these players. Like hamburguinho is going to get a province here, but the next 2 provinces look like they're going to be kind of difficult. Oh no, they're not going to get one because they got a discard. Oh, that hurts.
There we go.
All right, there we go.
I mean, that should have been another hunting grounds.
Oh yeah, so
but
I didn't see the fishing village there. Never mind, provinces.
Oh, okay.
You forget to click the name and you forget to see that they have that coming into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, these smugglers are really sad now. Both players are just province things. Like, oh, I guess I'm not playing this. All right, close game here.
It is at least a go, but yeah.
All right, so Echiqueur is going to need to draw a gold and a sentry and put the hunting grounds like 2 cards down, trash the hunting grounds to the province, trash the hunting grounds to the sentry, and buy a province. So, like, even if hamburguinho does province here, there is a line potentially if Echiqueur can find a sentry and trash the hunting grounds.
Although, yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's a great line, but like there's a potential line.
It's a pretty nice son's gift. But yeah.
Alright, so hamburguinho is gonna get the province here, and now Echiqueur's not done for, but it's gonna take some luck to find.
Yeah. Ooh, alright.
Well, that's not great. Yeah, I mean, you kind of had to do that. And now you legionary attack and hope they can't hit it.
Yep.
Legionary attack by a duchy.
And hamburguinho will be guaranteed to at least hit 6.
Yeah, so hamburguinho is going to be able to duchy dance as well.
Oh, that is not a good hand.
Bad shuffle for hamburguinho, yes. Yeah, they should have known that there was only green. Oh, and for Eschi.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant.
Well, I mean, Eschi's got the win in hand, so like it's fine.
Yeah, so that's actually really nice.
Before that,
smugglers.
All right,
coming in.
Smugglers for the win.
Yeah.
Let's see. Echiqueur's last sentry did cause a bad shuffle. Yes.
Wait, why did? Oh, okay, we're still going. All right, yeah, this is win in hand. Don't attack on that.
Yeah, you didn't have to attack with the You didn't have to attack with the Legionary there.
Yeah, and a timely forest gift as well.
Yeah, I mean, the forest gift wasn't needed, but...
Yeah.
All right, so that's 3-1 Echiqueur.
Let me check that.
Oh, man, this board's going to go burr.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
So, all right, so let's look at this board. Step 1, buy lackeys and bridges. Step 2, win the game.
Yeah, yes, it is 3-1 Echiqueur. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
I guess I could open, like, hideout lackeys and then get the bridge on the next shuffle. I think that's fine.
Yeah, lots of...
Actually, I think bridge first is more important because then you can get all the lackeys. Like, you just need you just want all the lackeys here. Like, Watchtower, Village Green, and Hideout are a pretty good draw, but lackeys just seems better here. At least at the start.
Yeah. Maybe if you can slam them hard enough, you could also like last off of those villagers long enough to set up your bridge megaturn. Although that
like maybe eventually
probably
you get,
not.
like, a Watchtower too and use that for draw. Like if you're getting villager limited, but like this game might just be over before that's even
a
thing. All right, why does no one have any lackeys yet? Why are there silvers in this deck? I don't need silvers. I don't need any money. I need like 0 money in this deck.
Yeah. So hideouts are nice for the trashing, but you don't need money. Bridges are all the money you could possibly need.
And Village Green just looks like objectively worse than Hideout here, because like the game will be over before I have to worry about Hideout food. All right, buy lackeys. Buy lackeys. Why do we have a Night's Watchman? What is that doing for us? It's not doing anything for us. Night Watchman's like a reasonable turn 2 buy to set up like a 5, or if you just have like a really sloggy deck, neither of which are an issue here.
Yeah, and buying silver, no.
Matter. All right, let's buy 2 more lackeys here. I guess a bridge is okay. All right, clear all that out. Get rid of it. I guess that Night Watchman was a little better than I was giving it credit for. I still didn't think it was great.
And it can play Village Greens for the next turn.
But
so.
like, you should be able to draw this deck pretty quickly once you have like all the lackeys.
Yeah. Here, 2 lackeys and a bridge, probably. 3 lackeys.
2 lackeys, bridge. Whoa!
No, silvers are the worst option.
Silver? No, why do we want silver here? We don't need money. Where we're going, we don't need money. Please don't click province here.
Maybe pathfinding.
Pathfinding lackeys would be really nice.
It would be, and I think. Yeah, I think that is the most useful like thing that you could do with $8 that you could potentially hit, because then otherwise like you don't ever need to hit 8 again.
So the only problem with pathfinding is that I think that hamburguinho has like 5 silvers in the deck. So Pathfind bridges and Pathfind hideout looks pretty. I mean that's okay. Alright, this is going to be a nice hand coming up for Echiqueur next turn.
Trash the Night Watchman.
Yeah, I think that's a Night Watchman. It's done its job. You can get rid of it. Alright, Lackey's Bridge? Lackey's Bridge? Oh no, we don't have money for that. 2 lackeys?
Okay. Hideout.
I guess hideout, because you have to trash all these silvers that you...
Yeah. And pathfinding was put on hideout. Okay.
No, don't trash the estates to hideout, because you're not like getting anywhere with it. You just want to thin. Just get rid of the coppers.
Yeah.
Right? 3 lackeys, 3 lackeys, 3 lackeys, 3 lackeys. Why don't people like lackeys?
Yeah.
It's such a good card.
Yeah, if I were playing this game, they would be emptied by now.
Yeah.
And which is probably a bad thing, but
No, that's not a bad thing.
well, here maybe, yeah. Like I've definitely played games where having all the lackeys was not good.
But it's usually not a bad thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it also comes with 20 villagers, so you can sort of like skate by on it for a while.
Yeah. Oh no! Why a harem?
Harem? Why do we want a harem? I don't want a harem here. Harem looks bad. No, stop getting rid of these estates and the curses. Get rid of coppers. All right, play all the bridge. Buy lackeys and more lackeys and more.
Yeah, just buy out the lackeys.
Just buy like 5 lackeys. It's fine. You won't regret it. Trust me. You're gonna like the way your deck looks. I guarantee it. If those were all lackeys, not bridges.
Well, yeah. So you've got one part of the bridge megaturn set up, but then
So
you also need to be able to.
all the bridges there, other than denying them for your opponent, is that you're not gonna draw all of them.
Yeah. So. I mean, interesting idea, but you probably want the draw
5
first.
Wasn't the worst play, but I probably want it to be easy.
Yeah.
A, you won't draw them, and B, you're not going to play them because you won't have the villagers to support it.
Yeah.
So now Echiqueur needs to slam lackeys, empty that lackeys pile, and then win the game. All right. Buy 3 lackeys. Buy 3 lackeys. Come on, you can do it.
Nope.
No, not village greens. I want lackeys. You don't have to worry about terminal space. Once you have all the lackeys, you just win the game.
At least it is not stop cards. It's not as good as it could be, but it's not stop cards.
Yeah, village greens just like not that great on this board.
All right.
All right.
Now buy all of the lackeys.
Play one more bridge, and then buy the lackeys. Play one more bridge, and then buy 4 lackeys.
You will be at 10 villagers after that play.
About spending villagers, but lackeys will gain villagers, so it'll be okay. No.
Okay. No.
Lackeys is just better draw. The game will be over before you need to worry about watchtowers.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't need villages at this point. They need to just get through their deck and see bridges.
That it's fine. Lackeys give you enough villagers. This. Oh, I just accidentally closed the tab.
Oh, yeah. This is, yeah, it should not, why, no. Stop getting harems. Harems are not good
harems
here.
Are bad. They were kind of okay on that other board. All right. Please empty the lackeys.
Yeah, and the problem is
you don't even have to spend the bridge if you're concerned about villagers. Just keep clicking lackeys. Now
oh, they're going for
the
what?
You're risking a pile out here.
Harems?
Actually, why did you buy a harem?
Why?
You're down.
If you were gonna buy points, buy a province.
What's going on? Wait, what? We bought Night Watchmen and didn't play them? I'm so confused by what's going on here. I'm so confused. Why did we buy Night Watchmen and not play them?
I do not know.
We bought Night Watchmen and we bought Village Greens. I thought that was to like play the Night Watchmen to discard Village Greens to like leapfrog next turn. I'm very confused. Are there any? There's not any Village Greens coming into play.
Nope. Yeah. So
Hamburguinho is almost drawing this deck. All right, Hamburguinho is going to be in a pretty commanding lead now.
Yes.
That Echiqueur looks like it's going to have some difficulty catching up on because this game should already be piled out.
Yeah. So this
a
should
long time ago.
this should be 2 lackeys and a village green, but it's going to be province harem, and then maybe lackeys. Yeah.
Yeah, like bridge is good, but like you need to find your bridges and play your bridges. And Echiqueur has a deck of like 30 something cards, of which not enough of them are lackeys. Problem is like Echiqueur can't even buy the lackeys without risking a pile out now.
Yeah. Hamburguinho should just get the last lackeys here, but no.
Or at harem.
Yeah.
Why are we clicking harem? Just put harem in the pile with gold and just stop buying it. Wait. What? Alright, kill these. Play some bridges. Play a watchtower. Play that. Alright, is there something here?
I mean, not a win at this point.
Is this a win?
No.
No.
You can only
there's
get
not
3
enough money
provinces.
here. You can get a province and 5 duchies, which is not enough points, but will take the lead.
Yeah.
I think you just have to like province 5 duchies and then just like hope.
Oh,
Why?
don't lower the
What?
harems?
No, you're giving your opponent a pile out by doing that.
Yeah, that's...
Now all hamburguinho needs is... Wait, no, discard the village green. Discard the village green. Discard the village green.
Oh, no.
Why did we buy these Night Watchers? Village greens to them.
Yeah. It's not village green lackeys, but it is a way to discard them.
The Night Watchman was to discard the village green.
Yeah.
Alright.
Don't...
Alright.
Yeah, I guess province is better there.
Here, so.
Yeah.
Is that, that's not enough.
Yeah. Not close.
So I guess you take 2 duchies here. But, like, hamburguinho is probably just going to have to win.
Yeah.
But I think you just have to take, like, 2 duchies. Yeah. Hamburguinho is very close to a win here. Lead on the lackeys. Hamburguinho, you have the villagers. Alright, that's game.
Yeah, you might want to stop playing your hideouts, though. Because you
Kill
do
the
have
hideout.
enough.
What? Why not? Stop worming them. Just win the game. Play the bridge, buy the harem, buy the lackeys. This game. Echiqueur. See, the problem is you added the payload of all those bridges before you added the deck control.
Yes.
That was the problem.
It
You
is.
did the deck control to support all those bridges.
It is
You
easier
couldn't-
to.
you couldn't add payload to a deck that's drawing than to add draw to a deck that's payload.
Yes. Easier
Alright,
to
well,
add payload to your engine than engine to your payload.
Alright, so I think that's 3-2 Echiqueur going into the last game.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks correct. So, yeah, I wasn't a fan of those Night Watchmen, but I thought, like, Night Watchman Village Green might be a thing, but, like, then Echiqueur needed to discard the Village Greens to the Night Watchman, and Echiqueur might have been able to win it
Yes.
the turn before.
Possibly, yeah.
Ooh.
This looks nice.
Except no village again.
Yeah.
You need
Let's
to, like,
see.
ban and dislike some more cards that are terminals so that they can have a higher chance of village.
I mean, it's a decent ban and dislike list.
Yeah, but it's only one of the players. The other one's not.
Oh yeah, Mountebank should be on the ban, not the. And why would you ban Prince? Like, it's just a non-factor.
Yeah, banning Prince seems kind of silly. Also, banning Sauna also seems kind of weird. Like,
Yeah, I mean it seems like a really like oppressively powerful card.
but it's not.
Down
Sauna's
here.
just like boring.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So what do we do here? There's no plus buy. There's no villages.
there is very good trashing at least. So I think like
Someone's like delay. It's turning a buy into an action.
yeah.
So like
Yeah, I think what you want to do here is just Urchin's Monastery, trash as much as you possibly can, and then just like get yourself down to 2 golds and a silver. Is there
yeah,
any way to?
I'm not quite sure the best way to thin here. It's probably double urchin or urchin militia.
Yeah, maybe you want to ferry Destriers so that you can just be able to get through your deck.
I could see on the 3/4 opening fairy destrier. It's not like amazing, but like having $4 labs available is not the end of the world.
Yeah.
The problem is just the plus buy. Like Destrier really likes plus buy.
Yeah, but
Same with Monastery.
I just mean for reliability's sake. Like obviously, like you can't get Destriers en masse. Like you could if you had a way to get more cards. But
yeah, like as long as you're playing a militia or a mercenary every turn to knock your opponent down to a 3-card hand, that seems okay.
Yeah, and I mean like I would want at least like 3 or 4 Destriers in my deck to be able to do that. And I know it would be a pretty high opportunity cost, but I think like in the long term, like trashing down and getting more Destriers, like I'll have massive overdraw at first, but then I can just like start provincing and not stop.
Yeah. Whoa! Why are we faring hunting grounds, Eshi?
Oh yeah, no, you definitely want to ferry the Destrier.
If you're gonna do that, ferry Destrier. Or Destrier.
Yeah.
It's Destrier.
And Echiqueur is French, so you probably.
So it's probably pronounced Destrier.
Yeah. Destroyer.
Yeah, ferrying hunting grounds looks really not helpful.
And Overlord actually looks pretty bad here, honestly, just because not much you can do with it.
Yeah,
like you can use it as another militia, but
I do like Haggler as the terminal here. Because like if you Haggler and buy like a province and a Destrier, then your deck's not really getting that much worse. It's like staying pretty evenly consistent. The only downside of playing Haggler is that like you're not playing a discard attack.
Yeah.
But I guess that's probably okay. And like once both players are kind of thin.
And you should get to the point pretty quickly. So Echiqueur is going to be able to get to the point relatively quickly that they can just not be playing their mercenary anymore, and like that stinks. But I think a Haggler would be better because at that point you want to like start.
But like so
I don't know.
Cards on this board. Like why are there overlords being gained? Overlord doesn't look helpful here.
Yeah.
Overlord, like you can't even trigger an urchin into a mercenary with an overlord. Like playing urchin overlord as militia doesn't even trigger urchin. Like. And it doesn't work with Haggler, and it doesn't work with Werewolf. Like, there's a lot of things that require it being the actual card, rather than like a card playing the card as the card.
Yeah,
like Eshi, if you had ferried Destrier, you could have played the Overlord as Destrier, but I would have just ferried the Destriers and then bought them first.
Yeah,
if that was the plan.
Overlord is really like not worth it here. To have to pay for it for multiple turns.
Overlord's nice when there's a really good 5-cost card you want to play, and like you don't have a 2/5 split. Then you can like open something Overlord, and then like get the 5-cost card into your deck. Like it's like Witch or Mountebank or War for Recruiter. Like one of those really good 5-cost cards that like you really want going into your deck on the first shuffle. Like. That's usually when Overlord shines the most.
Yeah.
There's other decks where Overlord can see play, like where it's not very reliable, so you want to like have the choice of what you play with your Overlord. Like it's just really expensive to like build a village smithy engine using Overlords as your village smithies. But like sometimes you see play like that. Like I remember having a game with like conspirators, and I had a lot of Overlords. So they could play Overlords as like other cards for the first 2 times, and then play the Overlords as conspirators. Like sometimes you can have some things like that.
Yeah.
Like you don't want a hand of like 4 conspirators to start, but like if you have a hand of 4 Overlords, it's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, Echiqueur needs to. Yeah, it's kind of a rough situation. Like I don't agree with Amberguino not thinning at all, but I think Echiqueur's just a little too thin. Like
Yeah, fairing the hunting grounds for both players is just like very strange and not helpful.
yeah, honestly, just like mercenary trash the Overlord and Copper, and just buy another
You
gold.
can keep the Overlord around.
Yeah, yeah, might as well.
Overlord is like an urchin first, or if you had fairy Destrier, you could Overlord as a Destrier.
Yeah, would just be better than hunting grounds, but yeah, Amberguino is going on more money, and Echiqueur is trying to.
What?
It must have discarded the wrong things.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Echiqueur's provincing. I still feel like it's a little early to province.
It is too early, but trash one of these mercenaries. Just get rid of it.
Well, you're getting militia attacked. Next
yeah, but
kind of a dud.
doesn't matter. You can
now the hand's like a dud. All right, let's fairy Destrier. That's gonna be a better plan. Let's fairy Destrier so these overlords can do something. All right, thank you.
All right, cool.
That should have been the first fairy buy if you were gonna buy fairy here. Yeah, Hamburguinho not. I mean, Hamburguinho is playing like werewolf money, but with some overlords, it's very odd.
Yeah.
Again, just there's enough thinning here that you can thin.
Oof.
All right, there you go. But yeah, now these mercs are kind of sad. All right, just buy a Destrier. All right. Let's
there
get
we
this
go.
deck under control, Eshi. You province too early, but you still have enough time to get the deck under control.
Yes. Yeah, and summoning Destrier is even better if you can swing
now
it.
It actually is a village.
Yeah.
All right, but like you're already drawing deck here. Like, all right, let's add a haggler to this deck. Okay.
Yeah.
Eshi, buy a haggler, and then from here on out, you're going to buy a province and gain a Destrier, and your deck will be under control. That's all you got to do.
All right, and it looks like they're just going province.
Now, buy the haggler first.
Yeah.
The haggler first is very critical here to maintaining deck control.
Yes.
So otherwise, we're going into the state where the deck's just like choked to death on green.
Yeah. Yeah, the haggler would be very, very, very good here.
I mean, I wouldn't put that many berries in front of it.
Okay, yeah.
It would be certainly helpful to keep the decks under control.
Yeah.
I wouldn't quite give it very, but it's like certainly the best card to buy, right?
That is fair, yes.
So like Eshi is drawing deck here, but now Eshi
only $6, so you can buy a haggler.
So now you can buy the haggler.
Yeah, that's better too because you can just guarantee yourself. Well, I mean, Overlord should guarantee it, and Overlord can play haggler, but you don't get the haggler effect from it.
Exactly.
So
it's just a terminal silver. That's why I didn't like these these overlords. Like,
yeah.
You're not getting the benefits from the fives. Like the fives need to be what they are. Werewolf and haggler like are very bad overlord targets.
Yeah. So you should just play an overlord as a militia and then buy a haggler.
Haggler. No.
Yeah, you don't.
No, you could be getting. Why are we getting a militia? You could play Overlord as militia if that's what you wanted. Summoning a militia was like.
Yeah, no.
Not a good buy there. Haggler was the best buy. Destrier would have been the second best buy. Overlord would have been the third best buy. Monastery could have even been reasonable to get rid of this copper and mercenary there still.
You think another Overlord would be better than a militia, though?
You already have Overlords. Why do you need militias?
But I mean, like that's true, but it also adds debt, and Echiqueur can have
I mean, I was
pretty
just making
crazy.
the statement that like
Yeah,
militias are not helpful
yeah,
because at least Overlord would be a destrier.
yeah.
That was my point.
Okay, yeah,
Like you only have terminal space for one terminal, and it kind of needs to be Haggler at this point.
yeah. Everyone's getting in on that fairy destrier action.
The destrier hunting grounds was like such a bad buy for both players. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be helpful here. Like ferrying the hunting grounds was not good.
No,
but it looks like both players came around and saw that.
Yeah.
All right, so militia is attacking your opponent, but the reason why I don't care that much for militia right now is that like both players are greening, so like it's pretty easy to just discard green cards at this point. Like, not doing that much. Whereas Haggler could be adding a destrier to your deck every turn.
Yeah.
Rather than running into situations like this where Echiqueur wasn't able to draw through their deck. Like Echiqueur has exactly 8 money. So if you don't draw all your money, you just don't province. And if you had the Haggler and added the destrier, you'd be adding stop cards and draw cards at an equal rate. So like your reliability is not really getting any worse.
And it's a single buy, so here I would like
summon a destrier.
Yeah, I definitely
buy a Haggler. Either one.
Yeah.
I think Echiqueur's got enough of a lead, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think the summon is better there, but yeah, Haggler would make this much easier. I think, and you could still play. Well, no, you couldn't still play militias, but at this point, you don't really need to.
I mean, anything's winning at this point for Echiqueur. Like Thinning's winning, and Echiqueur did that. Therefore, Echiqueur is winning.
Yep.
It's like a nice logical proof. Thinning is winning. Echiqueur thinned. Therefore, Echiqueur is winning.
Echiqueur wind. Yeah. But yeah, no. So. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, these decks could have been like this game didn't need the last 20 turns. Like, these decks could have been built a lot more efficiently.
Yeah.
Like Echiqueur's essentially like buying province and destrier, but if they had a Haggler, they could be doing both at the same time.
Yeah. Echiqueur even got to like is very thin, so it's just like it like they what I meant is like they got lucky to get both their urchins turn 3 and get their mercenary turn 3.
That
so
is lucky,
but
like, hamburguinho didn't go for thinning at all.
Yeah.
Like I could have been convinced that like monastery was actually good enough thinning here. Like it's probably merchant's better, but like someone could have made an argument. Like if you had 5-2 opening like Haggler monastery wouldn't have seemed like unreasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Echiqueur's just not drawing. Like, they need the militia, the copper, the silver, and the gold in their hand, otherwise they can't province.
Yeah. I mean, here you could even just... Yeah. You could even just summon a destrier again.
Well, the problem, though, is that Echiqueur still won't win if they trash the province.
Yeah, they only have $7.
Oh, wait. Yeah, because they might not draw the copper is the problem. What did they discarded a copper in a province, so there's like a 2/3 chance that trashing province and curse would win, but like you still might. No, sorry, it's a 50-50 chance. Sorry. If you draw the copper versus the province, it depends.
Yeah, or you could just you have $5 in hand, so you could just do like summon a destrier again, and you're totally fine because like, there's nothing that can get hamburguinho close enough.
Well, all right. So
not even Silk Road.
Probably buying Duchy is actually best here. There's like a chance. It's not a good chance, but there's a chance hamburguinho could have like played a werewolf and gotten locust and trashed the province and like bought a province. Like there was a very small chance that like Echiqueur could have lost there. I'm not saying it's a high chance, but all right, now trash the province again. Or do that. That's fine too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was trash. Yeah. All right. Well, good games. Unfortunately, half the games were missing a village supply file.
Yep.
Nicely done, Echiqueur with the win on the match. And good luck to both players in the rest of the season.
Good luck and thank you. Hope this was helpful as always. All right. Peace
Bye.
out.